first heard about this experiment, I figured that the whole day I'd be tripping over myself and tripping over everything and running into things all day. So I figured it'd be kind of goofy and kind of fun to do. So one thing that was really hard was trying to figure out depth perception. When I was like walking to get food or something, it took 5 times longer than I was expecting because I feel like I was counting my steps instead of just knowing where I'm at all times. So I was walking with a group of people, and I'd ask them, where are we, how far are we, and I thought we were already almost to our destination, and we were only about halfway there at the point that I thought. So that was kind of odd. Another thing was just trying to, when I was moving around my room, the first couple times I'd have to go get up to go somewhere. I would like feel for something and it would be way out of my reach where I thought it was right next to me. So that was kind of interesting. And even sitting here right now, just like listening to you ask the questions, it's like you're a lot farther away, it seems like, than if I were to take the blindfold off and see that you're only a few feet ahead of me. Okay, it's not really gonna be hard. Bacon, cheese on croissant, and hash browns, and Eating was pretty easy, I think. Once I got all the food out of the packaging, it was just feeling where the food was, and then it was easy to make it to my mouth, I guess. One thing that was kind of difficult was was doing laundry, because I couldn't measure out my laundry detergent, and I really couldn't sort out my clothes either. So it was just kind of throw everything into one pile. It was all right though, but that was rather difficult because there's no way to measure things out when you can't see where everything's at. The day was pretty successful. It was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be, and doing everyday tasks turned out to be much more difficult without vision. I think that being able to feel things and at least know my surroundings most of the time when I was in familiar places was good. But if I were to do this in any other place that I wasn't familiar with already, this would have been a much more difficult experience. I feel like definitely sometimes people do take their vision for granted, and I don't think anybody really thinks of the importance of their sight. I know I've never really thought about not being able to see, or having to go through even an entire day without being able to see was difficult enough in itself. So yeah, I do think people do take vision for granted. Like right now, I can finally take this off, and it's a lot easier now. Now I know where I am. I didn't know I was in this room. I didn't know that you were 2 feet in front of me. Like I said earlier, it seemed like you were on the other side of the room while I was talking. So yeah, I do feel like this is it's definitely a lot easier being able to see and knowing your surroundings.